What's up, you wild tigers? It's Hero episode number 30. And this one is different than my other videos. Usually I talk about a certain hero and lessons. But this one is more about a lesson to the heroes, that you guys, about what it is that to be a hero. And essentially we'll take this from my life. So I've always created this image of myself as the hero, the person that I always want to be. Now, the lesson today, the biggest thing we can take, the hero of today is sacrifice. You might be like, what do you mean, sacrifice? What does that mean? I mean, sacrifice. To get where you want to go, to do what you want to do, to be who you want to be, to have what you want to have. You're going to have to make sacrifices. You're going to have to make a bunch of sacrifices. You're going to have to give up that girl that you always wanted to be with or are with now, because you're going to have to sacrifice that time to be with your craft and sacrifice everything else so you can focus on that one thing. You're going to have to sacrifice playing video games all the time because you have to build something. You're going to have to sacrifice your health to just crush it and hours of beating on your craft. You're going to have to sacrifice time, relationship, friends, people, some opportunities, some excursions, some things, because you're trying to get to this one place. And the biggest thing that you can learn from all heroes like Spider-Man and Iron Man and Captain America and Black Panther is that they all had to give up something. They did. And sometimes they did it on purpose, and sometimes it just happened. Like he had to give up his social life. He never intended to be happy. He gave up happiness so that he can serve other people. Spider-Man, he sacrificed his personal life so that he can be a hero. It's a very key component in Spider-Man 2. As we go through life, we are met with multitude of opportunities for certain things. We are met with people who think the world should be certain ways. We are met with mental disparities and the mental fights that go on in our head, and we have to sacrifice everything to get where we want to go. It's what makes us heroes. You see, being a hero isn't easy. It isn't this glorious path where you get sunshine and rainbows. No, being a hero is a lonely road. It's a lonely road because not many people walk that path. It's a tough path of many opportunities to bring us happiness. You see, maybe I should use a different word, because not every hero is happy. It's a road that brings us fulfillment and purpose. You see, this world is a very dark place, and it's sure being happy is a good component, but I'm not always happy, and even I've just learned this. It's not happiness, I should say. It's I'm always fulfilled, and I always feel like I'm completing the mission. It's it. I'm feel good about myself because I've learned to let myself love the, like when I say let's take a cold shower, I'm like, let's get after it. Let's just spend 20 hours working on this thing. Let's go. I just enjoy the fun of it. I learned that from playing video games. If you've never played games for a long time to get you somewhere you wanted to go, like 15 Pursuits and Black Ops, then you don't understand what I understand about time and sacrifice. So, for anybody who doesn't like video games, this is a side tangent. It can create something in your mind that you couldn't do anything else, because it does it fast. It does it instantly. Sure, it took a year, but let's say in life you want to become a master pianist. That takes tons and 20 years of practice. Video game, maybe a year long. If you can get through that, you build something in your brain that is powerful. It's like you've mastered. Video games take life and make it smaller. So what takes 20 years could take few months in games. Because of that, you can build up yourself to become this powerful person. So let's get back onto track. So to be a person of multitude of many skills, of there's many ideals and many values and many accomplishments, you're going to have to sacrifice your time. You're going to have to go out there and say no to people and opportunities that don't get you where you want to go. So you want to live the life that most people won't live now, so that you can live the life everybody wants later. And it's not going to be easy. So for instance, you want to go out and hang out with your friends, right? But you can't because you've been doing it the last few days and you're like, I have to get work done. I have to get this project done. I have to get these videos out. I have to work on this. I have to like there's a lot of things you're gonna have to do. So you take the sacrifice. You say, I can't hang out now. 10 years from now, you have successful business, you have successful family, you have so much stuff, and you're like, I have way more time now, and I can hang out with people. I'm not saying never hang out with people, hang out with them once in a while, but you have to understand what you're getting at. You have to ask yourself what it is you want and go after it. There is no excuses, no car swap, no nonsense, no nonsense. Okay? Don't look yourself in the mirror and say, I can get away with this, and then I can do that. No, get after it. Do what you need to do. Don't beat around the bush. You must look yourself in the mirror and go, who am I? And what is it that I'm after? Seriously. I've done this where I looked at myself in the mirror and I said, wow, I do not like who I look at because I've become something I'm not. And you also have to take yourself into account. Who are you? What are you not sacrificing to get you where you want to go? What is it you've sacrificed? You realize I shouldn't have sacrificed. I should have sacrificed something else. Like, you have to understand. You have to take yourself, sit yourself down, and go, why is my life in the right direction? Is it going where I want to go? Am I doing what I want to do? Because you one day wake up and go like, holy shit, this is not what I wanted. And as a hero, as much sacrifice as to make, you also have to understand that you have to take care of yourself. It's like the airplane. You put the mask on first before you can help other people. So before we make sacrifice, everybody, you have to make sure you're good. Make sure you are able to help people. You're able to do what you can do. You're alive. You're functioning. And then go out there and make sacrifice. Because the secret to life is giving, not anything else. It's giving people the time, giving people the money, giving people the opportunities. Yeah, so it's like you make $100 and you give away $100. Oh, I didn't get anything for myself. But that's the sacrifices you make as heroes. You go there and you risk your lives for people. Heroes isn't easy. And people have these conceptions that, oh, it's glorious and I'm gonna be famous. And no, that's not the point of this at all. The point of doing this is to live a life of fulfillment, of purpose. That's it. It's about mastering your mind, taking away the sword, and going out there and living your life, men and women. You really have to honestly understand that life is not this easy and fun place all the time. It's why we are here to make life easier, more enjoyable for everyone. We sacrifice sometimes our enjoyment so that other people can live a life of enjoyment. You see, that's the way of the Western world. So it's the life of giving for other people. We fight for freedom, and freedom allows people to do whatever they want. But somebody had to fight that. Somebody had to risk their lives, like the founding fathers, or some people had to do things that nobody would have done before. People like Martin Luther King had to fight for the African Americans so they can live a life of freedom. It's people that he died. He risked his life. He sacrificed his own life, his own time for people to live a life of freedom. If you want to do something great, if you want to be something glorious, you first have to start the path. Like I have. I've started the path a couple years ago. My book's gonna come out soon. It explains everything about it, but then the greatest lesson I learned right now is I had to make sacrifices. Sacrifices are painful, they're heartbreaking. But it doesn't mean nobody cared. Like, I mean, you say, I gave this up, doesn't mean I didn't want it to keep going. There's stuff like that. Like, and that's another thing I've learned on this whole collab is people don't understand these things. They don't understand the mental attributes, the mental things going on in your head. They don't understand who you are, where you've come from, what you've been through. There's a lot of people that go through psychological problems. People are mentally messed up. I've learned that people are mentally insane. They are not mentally okay. You can see that with shootings. Like, people are not okay, but there are reasons for why they do what they do. So I've taken it upon myself to sacrifice my time so I can learn about psychology and people and myself. I don't throw fingers around and call people like anything. I don't care about people. I'm focused on learning about what I need to learn. They can do whatever they want. I don't have time to worry about people. Like, as a hero, we focus on just making lives better for people. We don't judge their lives. We don't care about what you do in your life. That's not what we're here to do. We're here to just make your life better and easier by doing what we'd love to do and making it, like, if I want to entertain people, they want to watch a movie, that's fine. You have to sacrifice a lot of things. And the one thing I want you to always sacrifice, everyone, is to sacrifice the opinions of other people. You don't need that. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. But yeah, so are you willing to make sacrifices? Are you willing to go out there and do what others won't do? Are you willing to put in the time and the work? Are you willing to realize that probably you won't get recognition? Like Spider-Man, nobody cares about Peter Parker. It's like you put on your masks. You put on this heroic version and you go out there and save the world. You might have millions of followers and fans, but deep down, who are your true friends? Who are the people that really know who you are? Not many. It's you making sacrifices for a better world, and you're willing to walk that path. Are you willing to be like a hero? Or you just want to be some average person? There's nothing wrong with either of those. It's your choice. Your choice. Make the sacrifices and get after it. Done.